Part of our conversations series here, we catch up with Fiona McIntyre, 2020 Lady in Racing Award winner. Fiona, wonderful to have you as part of our conversation series. That's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it, the Lady of Racing Award?
Yeah, it's got a fabulous ring to it. It's quite humbling, to be honest.
What a great thrill for you.
Yeah, it was a huge thrill. It was certainly something that I wasn't expecting to win. I was just absolutely thrilled to be nominated. But yeah, to be given the award was absolutely thrilling.
I think it's brilliant at the moment that the welfare of the horse has really come to the forefront in Australian racing, in fact, in world racing. And you take former racehorses and then move them into the next transition of their lives. Describe it to us.
Yeah, I agree. It's fantastic. And it's not something new, Richo. There's been a lot of people out there doing it for a long time, but it's fabulous that we've got industry involved now, lots of people on board who are supportive of people that do take on these horses. They're amazing animals. They're so versatile, so talented, and it's just so rewarding to work with them and transition them.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the horses that you are transitioning, including Precedence. When we think about the Lexus Melbourne Cup, he had a little spin around, not once, not twice, but amazingly 4 times. What's he like to work with?
Yeah, look, I absolutely adore Precedence. Just about worship the ground he walks on. He's just got a huge, huge heart. It was interesting when he first came to me, he'd enjoyed a nice long spell, and then we sort of started the retraining process. And I will say, my first ride on him, I thought, oh dear. Here we go. Hang on, because this boy was, he was explosive, not unusual, but he just a powerhouse. So it's been the most rewarding journey working with Precedence. He's just amazing, and he has just transitioned so well. But yeah, he's certainly still got that power.
Oh, well, the remarkable thing about him was he was brilliant on the racetrack, but he was a little enigmatic. He had his days when he decided today's not my day, and then other days he sort of got a bit more mature as he got older on. What's he been like to work with? And actually take us through that process of transitioning from this robust racehorse to what you're doing now.
Yeah, so I'd almost say that we still have those days.
Right.
He's funny. We often sort of giggle and say he's got a bit of a split personality. Some days you'll walk out to get him and he trots up to the gate, and other days he nicks off and says, not today. Not playing today. When I first started retraining him, he came down to me from Patterson's at Crown Street, and I think it was around the September mark. We weren't looking at starting him until the following spring. So we were going to get a really good retraining process, take our time, there's no rush. But once I started working with him, albeit we had that, that real power and explosive going forward. And honestly, I thought, can I hold this horse? Because he was quite notorious for pulling, and he was really strong. So once I started working with him, the penny just dropped so quickly. And he really picked it up really, really soon. And all of a sudden, we had a competition that was coming up in January, and I thought, he's ready. He's good to go.
Wow.
It really fast-tracked.
So that's in the equestrian space. I mean, we, during the Olympic Games, I think get intoxicated with the Australians' performance in maybe the 3-day event as opposed to show jumping. What path is he going down?
So he's an actual show horse.
Right.
So that's where you'll see, you may have heard of the Gary Owen, which Precedence has now done on 2 occasions. So it's like a beauty pageant for horses. But they not only have to look good, they need to be able to go out and put on a show. And that's got to be in a beautiful, calm manner, but still have enough. So almost on a knife's edge, they've got to look bright and as if they might explode, but they don't. It's just to catch a judge's eye.
Gee, he'd catch many judges' eye, but it's the calm bit that would have been hard to get.
Yeah. So, and as I said, occasionally, he did amaze me because I sort of went out for his first show. We didn't know how he was going to cope in the atmosphere because some horses take to it really, really well. Some take a lot longer, and it just comes down to that individual and how they handle it. So I was quite nervous, warming him up, getting ready to go into the ring. And he just stepped in there, he pricked his ears, and he went around absolutely foot perfect. And he was rewarded. He won his first.
Wow.
It wasn't just a little competition. It was a Grand National qualifying competition. So it was a really big deal. So he won his is called newcomer. So they're competing against horses in their first year. And then he went on to be runner-up in the open section, which was mind-blowing. I just was so thrilled. Yeah, absolutely. He just blew my mind.
I reckon Bart would be looking down saying, good on you, Fiona. That is awesome because he absolutely loved Precedence. Talking about love, where did your love of the animal come from?
Yeah, I was really fortunate. Richo, I grew up on a thoroughbred stud farm in Sunbury. My father was the stud master there, and he had been at various other studs. The one we had, we stood a Caulfield Cup winner there. So I grew up with horse surrounded by thoroughbreds. My mum did what I do. So she retrained racehorses and showed them. And so, we went up through the ranks. We went to pony club. Our games as kids, we were out playing cowboys and Indians on ponies and, doing all that great stuff. But Dad was also a trainer. So he did a lot of the country races. Originally was an apprentice jockey. So it's not something it's life as we know it. Yeah.
You had no choice by the sound of it.
No, I really didn't. But I absolutely love it, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Tell us about your property.
So a couple of years ago, I purchased 120 acres. So I'm just in the process of setting that up. Had a barn built. Of course, the barn and the horse facility is coming before the house. That's not unusual for horse people. I'm just setting that one up at the moment. So I've built the barn. I've got some boxes in there, and then putting in individual paddocks. I've still got a little bit to do, so I've got an arena and things to go up. But it's coming together, and it's really exciting.
What's Sermione like to work with? Is he a little different to Precedence?
Yeah, completely different. Sermione has, like all of them, has his own quirks, but he was absolute joy to transition. Again, both the boys have been amazing, but Sermione just took to it like a duck to water. He just, from the day dot, he just went, oh yeah, I can do this. And he's been a horse that I've been able to put children on in competition. People have borrowed him for different events. I can pop anyone on Sermione and off he'll go, and he's very workmanlike and does his job.
You've got to do us a big favour, though, and give Precedence and Sermione a big hug at the VRC. They've got very special places in the heart. One, an Australian Cup winner, but also the other one having 4 runs in a Melbourne Cup. He's a beauty. So please give him a big pat for us.
I absolutely will, and I'll even throw in a few carrots for you, Richo.
You beauty, Fiona. Wonderful to catch up with you.
Lovely to speak with you.